Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello Internet and welcome to a very special episode of Eggroll Times. My name is Cade Sterling. Let's just jump right into this week's top stories. And guys, to start this week off, let's talk about the Verizon strike on the East Coast. Tens of thousands of Verizon employees walked off the job on Wednesday morning after the company and two labor unions failed to reach an agreement after 8 months of negotiation. Reportedly, the strike, involving about 36,000 workers, is in response to Verizon proposing to cut pension benefits and change some rules around to make outsourcing easier. According to the New York Times, more than 99% of the striking employees work for Verizon's fiber optics and landline business, which provides phone, video, and internet services to over 15 million people. That other 1% is made up of Verizon Wireless employees so that the strikers can legally picket in front of Verizon's wireless stores. In fact, the vice president of the district leading the strike was quoted saying, "There will be a huge program of picketing of Verizon Wireless stores," in hopes of pushing the company into withdrawing their proposal. Though Robert Mudge, president of Verizon's wireline operations, has assured Verizon customers that the strike will not affect their service, he seemed hesitant and almost worried when he was saying that they have trained employees who are not affected by the strike who will be running everything. But as he said, training and doing are very different things. Hey Verizon, how about instead of spending millions of dollars on dumbass ads about rolling balls, you pay your employees more, okay? Thanks, bye. Next, do you guys remember a story from a few weeks ago where the FBI had sued Apple trying to get them to unlock a terrorist iPhone? They claimed that they couldn't get through the passcode lock on the phone and had asked the tech company to create a new version of the iOS that would allow them to try to make as many combinations as it took without losing all of the iPhone's saved data. Apple said no, citing privacy and security concerns, which then created a huge back and forth in the media about security and privacy. Well, the FBI, being a large collection of people who know people who know people who know how to do illegal things, went over Apple's head and paid a group of gray hat hackers to break into the phone, and according to them, it was completely successful. There have been no reports of whether or not anything useful was actually found on the phone, but it was unlocked, and without Apple's permission to boot. Reportedly, the Bureau is now trying to decide whether or not to tell Apple what hole in their security they were able to wiggle through. In other news, fuck this thing, I may as well just tattoo my social on my forehead. Seriously though, this doesn't scare the pants off of anyone else. I mean, I guess we should give the FBI props for trying to go about it legally the first time, but then they went all Batfleck on us and started sneaking around in dark basements and snapping the middleman's neck. In less end of the world, more future of humanity related news, Stephen Hawking and a Russian billionaire named Yuri Milner recently unveiled their plans for a $100 million research and engineering program being called Breakthrough Starshot. In a press conference held at the One World Observatory in New York City, Hawking and Milner talked about their dream of launching several nanocrafts, a fancy word for very tiny spaceships, soaring through the cosmos using light sails. The project hopes to be able to reach Alpha Centauri, our nearest celestial neighbor, within 20 years of departure, traveling at nearly 20% the speed of light. For the first time in human history, we can do more than just gaze at the stars, Milner said. We can actually reach them. The breakthrough concept is based on technology either already available or likely to be available in the very near future. But with any moonshot, there are major hurdles to be solved. Reportedly, the ultralight craft would be propelled through the void of space via the combined power of an array of lasers totaling over 100 gigawatts. Great Scott, that's a lot more than is necessary for a little time travel action. Milner explained the process by saying, by directing that much energy at an object weighing just a few grams, we can theoretically accelerate said object up to 100 million miles per hour, 1,000 times faster than the fastest spacecraft today. Through these efforts to reach Alpha Centauri, the program also hopes to perform many New Horizon-like flybys of the nearest potentially habitable real estate. As long as it means the world actually caring about space travel again like we did with New Horizon, I'm all for this. But what do you guys think? Would you travel for 20 years at a quarter of the speed of light for science? And now in Quickie Tech News, Facebook hosted a developers conference in San Francisco last week where new tools and plans were announced and released. The company talked about their plans for the next few years, which seem to revolve all around video. With the recent celebrity adoption of the live feature and the increase of YouTube creators posting their content onto Facebook, the company would be amiss not to correct the frequent problem of freebooting. In other words, they need to make their video processor better at telling them when something someone has uploaded is stolen. Well, during One Speech Wednesday, a new tool called Rights Manager, similar to the Content ID function in YouTube, was announced. Now, creators can go through and flag for removal anything that's infringing on their intellectual property. This new development is sure to help bring more celebrities and internet personalities to your timeline. One person I've noticed really taking a liking to the live feature is Mike Rowe, the guy from Dirty Jobs. Spoiler alert, he's actually a really interesting and funny person. You should check him out. What do you guys think? Would you like to see more live streaming to Facebook in the future? Do you ever click on any of those videos? Let me know in the comments down below. And then next, really quick, we really have to talk about the new Doctor Strange trailer. If you, like many others, feel like we're being bombarded by superhero movies lately, then you'll be excited to hear about this breath of fresh air coming from Marvel in November. The movie stars Benedict Cumberbatch and will be the first inclusion of magic into the MCU. So many of the movie versions of Marvel's characters are based in science. Iron Man is just a really skilled engineer, and Captain America is just a roided up super soldier. But Stephen Strange is a mystical wizard, relying more on logical solutions to conflicts than just punching his way out of things. The trailer has a very obvious Inception-like feel to it, and features some pretty crazy special effects, but I can't wait to see magic introduced into the MCU. Maybe we'll get to see some of the other Marvel realities. That's pretty interesting. And then the last quick thing I'd like to talk about today are the rumors circulating the internet that a very important Star Wars character will be making a return to the screen in the upcoming Episode 8. Reportedly, Frank Oz, the man who puppeted and voiced Yoda in just about every Star Wars project, has been seen wandering around Pinewood Studios, where pre-production is well underway for the 2017 release. One theory is that Yoda might show up as a Force ghost to help Luke train Rey, and another theory is that he may appear in a flashback sequence, but after all the dream/premonition scenes in BVS, I really hope that it's the first one. Though it hasn't been made clear if Oz is lending his talents to the old Jedi Master again, or if perhaps he's just a whole new character. One of the coolest things about The Force Awakens was all the new and exciting characters, so maybe Rian Johnson will follow in J.J. Abrams' steps in that respect. Regardless, this is all just speculation, and we've still got a whole nother movie to come out between now and then, so we'll just have to wait and see. And guys, that's actually where I'm going to end today's show. You can check out all of the links to everything I talked about in the description down below. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with your family and friends. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Cade Sterling, and this is Eggroll Times.